I'm Jeremy.
I'm John.
We're the Vintage Gamers, and we're gonna do a quick off-camera pickup again. We're not yard selling today in our area. Some great luck.
It's a good day. Probably one of our best hauls, actually.
Yeah, especially for the prices we pay for everything. Some steals. Let me just go ahead and say that.
Didn't spend a lot of money. First, I'm gonna start it off with eBay purchase I made, and I got a box Final Fantasy 3. Paid right at about $30 for it. It was just the box and the manual. Already had the card and the map, so it pretty much completed it for me, and I'm pretty stoked about that. It's a pretty nice box, you know, a few minor things, but definitely one of the nicest boxes I own.
Can't go wrong with that. And he helped me up with his extra manual that he had.
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate it. Well, yesterday I went to our local pawn shop here in town. She sometimes gets some retro stuff in. She prices them all at $3 or $4 a piece.
Which is great.
Yeah, which is great. Doesn't matter what the title is. And I hadn't been in there in like a month, so I was just kind of curious to stop in there. And luckily I did. First things first, we got Knights from the Sega Saturn, fully complete. $3, not bad.
Cool game.
All these other games that I got, 64 titles.
That's
all,
the key.
All $3 a piece. Yeah, that's the key. $3 a piece. Can't go wrong. We got Mortal Kombat 4, Yoshi's Story, Pokemon Stadium, Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Super Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, Zelda Ocarina of Time, Mario Party 2, Mario Party 3. So all those games cost me right at $33, and easily make my money back with this. Where I can trade it off and get some more games. I already have most of them, so I'm gonna use them to get other things for my collection. Can't go wrong with that. Probably easily my best find since me and John got all those bags from the Salvation Army with all those Super Nintendo games.
$5 bags, man. Yeah, you can't go wrong. $3 for these titles a piece. I mean, that's something you can pick up any day of the week.
Definitely. So I sent John a photo of the games that I got while he was at work. I was like, hey John, look what I got. And he already has most of them too, so.
But yeah, I was still like, is there any left? You know, see what else I had. So I went in there later after I got off work that day, and I picked up a couple games, nothing too fancy, but got UN Squadron on Super Nintendo, didn't have that. And then I recently got a Xbox box, and I needed this Star Wars Tetris Worlds game to complete that, so that was pretty cool. I picked up both of those for $6 altogether. Not bad.
I went back in there with him and picked up 3 NES games I didn't have from her. Got all 3 of them. I was like, hey, would you do all these for $2 a piece? Because I already spent all the money earlier, and she's like, yeah, sure. So I got The Legend of Cage, 3D Roadrunner, and Ghostbusters 2. Not bad. So I told John from that haul I got at the pawn shop, I was like, dude, it's going to be a good weekend for us. And,
yeah, we could already see it coming. Yeah, it sucks we didn't get to film today. We were kind of short a camera person. But it was still all in all a good day, and I'll let you see what we got.
One of the first yard sales we hit up, the guy was asking $2 a piece on his games, and those were early in the morning. So we got, on the Xbox, we got Grand Theft Auto Vice City and Grand Theft Auto 3. And also one more game, we got Katamari, all of them complete. $2 a piece, can't go wrong with that.
Not at all. Next place we hit up was another yard sale, and I picked up a complete in the box PS1. The box is, you know, it's a little beat up, but definitely cool, and it came with several games, and that was $10. It also came with another Mad Catz controller, so you know it's good, and memory card is also Mad Catz. But I ended up trading the games for Dracula's Curse at Game Giant. Definitely awesome. So now I have all 3 of these. Pretty stoked about that.
So we pulled up this one, so it was kind of run down looking place a little bit. I'm like, you know what, this is where we're gonna find something.
So we find the deals.
Sure enough, we did. So I asked her if she had any video games, and she was like, no, my son would kill me if I sold his video games. And I'm like, well, I'm mainly looking for the older stuff like Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo. And she's like, yeah, I actually have a Nintendo in the garage. And I was like, oh, really? And so yeah, I was gonna put it on Craigslist, and so I'm like, well, if you let me see what you have, I might be interested. And she goes in probably about 5-10 minutes later, comes out with a busted looking Nintendo. The Nintendo is trashed.
The worst one I've ever seen.
Yeah, like it's outside. I don't even want that being in the house. It's probably got bugs in it. But
yeah, I mean, it is worthless, and I'm sure it doesn't work. There's no way.
it's missing the flap on it. But the games in it were pretty good. It cost me $20 for the lot. Came with 2 controllers, the hookups, everything. I'm not going to show you guys that, but the games in the lot were some games I didn't have. These are Amagon, Stinger, Phantom Fighter, Double Dribble, Back to the Future, Goal, Green King, RBI Baseball. Now, these 2 games, I'm like, if it was any other 2 games, it would be awesome. But 2 copies of Friday the 13th. Why couldn't it be 2 Contras? Come on.
Oh well.
California Games. Tetris. Now we're getting into the really good stuff. Gradius. Super Mario 3. Chippendale. Simon's Quest. Something John traded to get this game because later on we found it.
You never know, right?
Dracula's Curse. How random is that though? Mega Man 2. And the winner of the lot, Mega Man 6. Which I already have, so I traded it to John because he didn't have it.
Which now I only need 4 and 5, so.
But yeah, $20 for all that.
Alright, the next place we hit up was the Starway Flea Market in Wilmington, and I picked up a few things there. I got 3 boxed 64 games for $5. I got a ECW Hardcore. I also got Backstage Assault. It's a theme here, wrestling. And then I also got WW No Mercy, or WWE.
WWF No Mercy.
WWF No Mercy. All those for $5. Pretty cool, completing the box. I mean, they're wrestling games, but you know, I don't see too many box 64 games around, so I had to pick that up.
From the same lady, I also got some games, all box wrestling games too. But we got WWF Attitude, WCW vs NWO World Tour, WCW NWO Revenge, WrestleMania 2000, and WCW Mayhem. Got all those for $8. Not bad. They're all complete. Boxes are in really good shape. Lady had this. All the games she had. She had a bunch of wrestling stuff.
Yeah, I guess her son collected wrestling memorabilia and such, so it's all the wrestling games. But of course, we had to snatch them up.
Yeah, definitely. I know Mercy one John got is actually, I think, a little uncommon.
Probably so. And then we hit up inside the flea market and picked up a few games for $1 a piece. I got 1 game on 64. I got this Tom and Jerry game. And then I also got on Super Nintendo Super Caesar's Palace and Classic SimCity. All for $1 a piece. Good deal.
Same guy. I got Road Rats, the movie. Killer Instinct on the Super Nintendo for $1 a piece. Not bad at all. You guys might have recalled we went to this resale shop on Memorial Day episode where I got Super Mario Kart on the 64 for $3. We went there today again, and John got a good lot of games.
Yeah, I went and asked him, if they had any like older video games, and this guy, he's like, yeah. The guy, he's digging through the stuff, and he pulls out this bag, and I saw cords, and I was just like, jackpot. And then I saw some Nintendo games sticking out of there, and a Nintendo. I didn't even actually look through all the bag, and he wanted 25, and I was like, will you do 20? And he said, yeah, sure. So, took it out, checked out everything, and here's what all I got. Some of the stuff is pretty dirty. I had to clean it a little bit.
Yeah.
There's NES Advantage, the yellow edition.
Special edition.
Yeah. And then, of course, got the NES. There was also a Game Boy Color with Golden Sun on GBA shoved in it. That was interesting. And it actually works. The batteries still work, and they were in it.
Amazed me, by the way.
Surprising.
I was like, John, that does not work. And it proved me wrong.
Surprising. Alright, then there was one Super Nintendo game in there, Tournament Fighters, and I actually already own this, so it's part of the trade for Mega Man 6 there. Sure. Got 2 loose Genesis games, Sonic 2, classic, and then I got this Dungeons and Dragons game. What's it called? Warriors of the Eternal Sun. Don't know much about it, but check it out. There was 2 64 games in there as well. Wave Race 64, fun game. And then a game I never heard of, Beetle Adventure Racing. So let's see what that's all about. Probably a lot of Beetles racing.
Hopefully, Lindsay Lohan's in it.
Maybe if it was her before we loaded. There's a few Nintendo games in there. Of course, Tetris. No Nintendo lot is complete without Tetris. Or Super Mario Bros. 3.
No, definitely not this.
Mario Brothers Duck Hunt. Dr. Mario. Goonies 2. And Crystalis. Which, I actually already have all these. So, Crystalis is part of the trade to Germ, and then the rest of these will probably end up being trade bait. Let's see. Yeah, there was also a Game Genie for Nintendo in pretty decent shape, so that's cool. There was the Owl Pad. It's a pretty weird feeling Sega Genesis controller. Yet no Sega. There's also a couple controllers for Nintendo and all that stuff. And then there was a few box Genesis games. Mario and Andretti Racing. Mrs. Pac-Man. And the only one of these games that wasn't complete, which I was kind of bummed about, Alex Kidd. That's alright. And then Centurion. Cyborg Justice. And Fatal Labyrinth. And that's actually all that was in the bag. But $20. Pretty good deal.
But yeah, definitely probably one of our best hauls. I was like, John, we gotta make a video for this because we're not gonna have a lot of this stuff. We'll probably buy it.
It's true. A lot of it's getting traded, but
yeah, because I got some stuff at Larry's Choice they're holding for me, and some good stuff. We'll be showing you a video for that. Just want to thank everyone again for the comments and subscribing and stuff here lately. We really appreciate it.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you guys again for watching, and
feel free to like, comment, and subscribe.
great haul. Hallelujah.
Yeah, nice shot of my crotch and hallelujah.